We're here at the roof of IO Interactive with Tore, the game director on the new Hitman Absolution game. And it's been 5 years since the last Hitman. What took you guys so long?
Well, we've been spending a lot of time building a new technology we call Glacier 2. And the specs we had to that technology from the new Hitman game has been very, very high. So that's why it's taken them a very long time to come up with the tools and the render that we need for this game.
What was the main sort of thing you wanted to accomplish with the new Hitman?
Retaining the DNA of the franchise, but also evolving it into being a contemporary game. We believe that the old Hitman games are great. They all have their place, but they're pretty hard and they're pretty much like a trial and error game. And we wanted to make an experience that would capture the soul of the old games, but would make it accessible for a modern gamer.
So how is that? Can you give an example of how that might play out?
The systems we have is far more forgiving. So instead of being binary like in the old games, like either you were discovered or not, now we have a much more flexible system. So the player will see if the AI is actually aware of them or not, and they can make a move accordingly. So if they choose to still kind of push forward and irritate the game will kind of react, and then they will have to they'll be in a situation. But it's more the player can be far more kind of playful within the game and toy around with it instead of being punished, having to restart all the time like the previous titles.
And so you're still going with that sort of multiple choice, multiple options route at all times?
Very much. That's a central part of the design, is that every part of the game should be able to be played through in an individual fashion for the player.
So you've made a brand new engine for the game. What does that allow you to do that you couldn't do before?
On the artistic side, all our tools are real time, so it allows us to iterate far more on every single situation in the game. So the level designers can sit playing the game and on the fly modify NPC positions, geometry, walk like what's called patrol routes, and similar. The same goes for environment art, characters, music. So it's all a very dynamic setup, which also allows for a far stronger collaboration between the different teams. So when building the dramatic experiences, we can get a far tighter experience at any given point.
What's going on in Hitman's life this time around?
It's a far more personal story than ever before. We cannot go into the detail of the actual storyline yet, but he has to go. He will face some difficult choices and some consequences of that. That allows us also to bring him on a different development journey than ever before.
So it's still very much Hitman from what it looks like, but you're also doing some new stuff, like some new features. What are you doing on that front?
I mean, one thing we've been focusing on is the fact of being a hitman. If you're a really good hitman, you have any tool you have to your disposal you can basically use to kill someone. And the repertoire Hitman has in this game is far wider, and it's also allowing ourselves to balance the game with different mechanics or different parts of his toolbox throughout the game. Also showing to the player the wider spectrum of the Hitman's capabilities. Also the sense of empowerment for us is very important. That one problem in the old games was that if you weren't an expert player, you would look like a very rubbish hitman. So this time around, it's not difficult to be a good hitman. It's difficult to contain the situations and to restrain yourself from going crazy within the game. And we'd rather try to give the stealthy players a lot of temptations of how they can be tempted to go in a more action-directed way.
while you're sort of empowering the player and making it easier to be a good Hitman, are you still offering something for the really hardcore players?
Yes, it's. We know we have a very strong and loyal fan base, and they are usually very hardcore. So one of the focuses of the team is also to make this game even more hardcore than before in certain areas, so that the replayability aspects of the game are extremely high. Every part of the game should be replayable in a large number of ways, and in a very personalized way for the hardcore fans.
Release date?
2012.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Nice try.